And one thing about debts, you don't realize it. You just wake up one day and find yourself in a mess. You won't believe that you're in a situation. Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Hoping you guys are doing fine. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you can see from the title, I'm gonna be telling you guys how I was able to clear my debt within 3 months, and it was not easy. I'm gonna be telling you guys all the tips I used, and let me encourage you that as long as you want to get out of debts, you can definitely get out of them. Obviously, you just need to be focused and don't quit. Those are the key things to get yourself to get anything, and that's what I used. So in case you have any question, anything on how you can pay your debts, ask me in the comment section down below. And if you're shy, you don't want your things to be seen in the comment section down below, DM me on Instagram. I'm going to leave a link in the description to my Instagram. So this is my Instagram here, but I'll leave a link to that so that once you click it, it will direct you to my Instagram. We can talk there because I know it's not usually easy. Paying debts is a journey, and that's why I want to take you along in this journey. And so in this video, I'm gonna be telling you guys all what I did. And so without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing I did was to write down all the debts. Like, I took my time. I thought about every debt that I have. Remember, I had no job, but I really wanted to clear these debts. So I wrote every single debt, every single money that I had to pay, and also from the loan apps, because by the way, loan apps are the worst. Like, loan apps, when you get used to taking debts and loans from them, you might end up in a mess. So I wrote down all those things, all the debts, all the loans, so that I can know how much I needed to pay. And then now the next thing I had to do was to get a job. So I got a job which was paying me 18,000 shillings, guys. And you remember, now you have to rent a house, you will have to cook, you will have to buy your items and all those things. So you can imagine an 18,000 shillings salary with all those debts, and you are focusing, you want to pay the debts. But then you guys know, with teaching jobs, at least I had remedials, and that school actually used to pay at least 2k 3k per month. And so maybe you can say I had 20k at the end of the month, and I had a house that I had to pay rent for 3k. So the next thing, I had to sit down again and write all my monthly expenses. Now for my expenses, I just wrote the ones which I have to do. For example, my house rent, I had to pay rent of 3,000 shillings. I had to pay for food, because if you're hungry, you cannot be able to concentrate. You will die of depression. So definitely write your expenses down, and don't forget to write food, but don't write unnecessary food. For me, I was lucky because I used to get lunch and breakfast at the school I was teaching, so all I wanted to buy was just supper. Now, the next thing was to concentrate and focus on paying the loan. So after I wrote down my expenses, I remember all my expenses would total to around 6,000, because I had to, I just controlled myself. I didn't want to do so much expenses, so just strictly eating. At this point, you cannot even save anything, because your goal and your focus is to pay this loan. I had to pay this loan in 3 months. That was my target. So I kept all the focus on paying the loan. So all the extra money that I would get after I spend on my expenses, I would direct it to paying debts. Now, this is what I used to do. I started with the ones which are very, very urgent, the ones which are about to beat the deadline. I also used to pay the ones which are small. You want to start with the small loans before you concentrate on the bigger loan. I just paid the ones which were due, and then I started paying the small loans now. Most of these small loans are usually from the money lending apps. That's why, you guys, I don't advocate for having those lending apps in your phone. I actually deleted all those apps. I would clear this loan and I delete that app. Once I clear it, I delete. And I deleted those loan apps for good, like forever. And then now the next thing I had to do was to control my spending and to be very disciplined, because I didn't want to spend anything that is outside my expenses. That's the good thing with writing down your expenses, because once you write them, before you can buy anything, you'll be referring to your notebook. Once you're in all these debts, guys, you have to be very disciplined and very categorical. Myself, I had to buy a notebook. I can even show you guys that notebook. I'll show you at the end of this video, specifically for budgeting, for writing only the expenses and the loans. So whenever I paid these loans, because I started by saying I wrote all those debts down, I would tick it. And then for the expenses, I would never ever buy anything that is outside written ones, you know. So you have to be very disciplined and stick to what you've written there. Another thing that actually helped is stopping certain habits. So I had to look at habits that make me spend a lot, that make me enter into debts, like eating out. I had to stop eating out. And also the internet, using the phone, I had to limit myself. For me, I didn't want to keep any money in my M-Pesa. Like, you know, I was so addicted. Every time I'm idle, I just buy airtime, start buying data and all those things, eating out, you know, unaokoa, unaenda kula nje. Like, I stopped eating out. I had to cook each and every meal that I wanted to eat, and I would cook enough food so that I won't be tempted to eat snacks. By the way, I even stopped eating out. These days, I don't even feel like eating out. I feel like it's a waste of money, because that is unnecessary spending, and your phone can actually make you a slave, guys. That is one thing I realized, and so I stopped being so much attached to my phone, because even these loan apps are usually in your phone. Whenever you have your phone, you feel like getting them, you know, they usually show you like it's quick money, but the real thing is that is not quick money. It's there to enslave you. Even buying unnecessary stuff, things that you don't even require, just because you admire those things. I had to cut all those unnecessary habits. For food, I would cook food for 2 suppers. So this is what I would do. Like, if I cook today, nitapika food ya leo and tomorrow, such that even if I go anywhere I go, I'll have that in mind. I have food in my house. I have to eat that food. So I won't be tempted to buy food outside. And if maybe you have you don't get to eat lunch in your job, maybe you can decide to cook what you cook in supper. You cook a lot of food, and that is the food you will carry to your job. That is a good way to save money instead of eating fast food, you know. If you really want to clear your debts, avoid eating out. Avoid eating fast foods. Number one, they are a waste of money. Number two, they are not healthy. So cook food that is enough, that you can pack and carry to your workplace. And with time, you're gonna get used. By the way, for me, I cannot even eat out right now. I'm used to that. And then another thing that helped me is to be busy. I kept myself busy with a lot of activities. I would always make sure that I'm not idle. I'm doing something so that I won't feel like maybe nimekosa form ati niende nitafute form. You know, every time you want to look for something to do, it calls for money. So keep yourself busy with things, cleaning, workouts, especially workouts. For me, I actually started a workout routine, which was really useful, because it would help me distract my thoughts. And by the way, I actually discovered that working out is a good therapy. It keeps you busy. Yani, you just do all those workouts, you get tired, you want to rest. So there is no time to spend money. You don't have time that you're idle. Also, another way I kept myself busy is watching movies. The good thing is I had a list of series in my laptop. I watched all of them. I even repeated some. So I was very, very busy. Just do something. Look for something that will keep you busy so that you can distract your thoughts from thinking on how to spend money. And then please don't quit. Be focused. Always aim at achieving your financial freedom. If you are focused on achieving financial freedom, you will always feel the need to be persistent, to be consistent. Do not quit this. Maybe in the first 3 months, you might find it challenging, but once you get used to this, it is going to be easier for you. You are going to, be able to save. Actually, once you finish paying off these debts, the next thing you want to do is to start saving so that you will never ever be tempted to get all those kind of loans again. So it never stops. Like, if you teach yourself this kind of a lifestyle, you're going to be very much ahead, like far way better. For me right now, I usually save 3/4 of my salary, and I don't use that money. I always have 2 accounts, the savings account and emergency fund account, like 2 savings account. One for the savings account, I never use that account, but for the emergency funds account, that is now where I put money that in case of anything, I'll get money from the emergency fund account. But I don't use that money. I actually have a lot of discipline when it comes to finances. I taught myself to always focus on your goal. So even for the emergency funds account, I don't use that money unless it's an emergency. I've taught myself to live with just 1/4 of my salary, and it's not usually hard, guys. So if you want me to do a video on how I get to save, I can do that video, guys. In case you have any question, just ask me in the comment section down below. It's not easy to do this kind of a video because many people are going to judge you, definitely. And also I understand that whenever you find yourself in a situation of loans, it's usually so hard to talk it out to people. But you guys, feel free to talk to me. I also discovered in the process so many ways that you can actually make money, and that's why I started this channel. I hope this video was useful. You guys, remember to like this video and comment down below. Tell me what you think about it. Yeah, whenever you like my videos, I know that you have enjoyed those certain types of videos, and I'll do them more often, yeah, that's it for today's video. Hoping you guys enjoyed watching. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you get notified. That's it for today, guys. Hoping to see you guys in my next video. Bye.